It was just a matter of time before I was found out. The apple may not have fallen far from the tree, but I was certainly no lawyer. A name, I had to give her a name, or the jig was up, something she could hang her hat on. It's Vice, Vice, baby. It's Vice, Vice, baby.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing? Uh, yeah. Happy surprise streaming. Yeah, I didn't really schedule this stream. Well, I didn't schedule it for later because I got stuff to do. So, yeah, welcome. Glad you guys can make it. Soul. Damn it, I still haven't gone around to watch the first part. Well, you got some catching up to do. Flux, how are you doing, sis? And BG, OG, how are you doing? And guess what I realized? I didn't mark what step I was on my last on for this thing. So that's fun. David Nelson, how are ya? And PDW, welcome to the Vice Squad. Thank you for joining the member. We like to chill, hang out, and play games, be chaotic every once in a while, but most importantly, we'd love to enjoy each other's company. Welcome to the Vice Squad. And Lady Autumn Sky, how are ya? Ah, Vicky, how are you doing? Okay, let me pull you guys up here to this monitor. And then bloop and bloop. Okay, everything is set up correctly. We will be doing the rest of the video on the Pingshin 101 massacre that I streamed on Thursday. And I think where we left off was he was just finishing the coverage of it and gonna move on to the just the regular crash videos. And yeah, it's summer. Hey, why are you wearing this thick knitted jacket? Well, it just got chilly out in my room, so well in the dining room area. That's why. But outside is nice and warm. Marloka. Hello, Connor, Flux, and everyone in chat. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you guys too. And before I forget, happy early Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And I hope you guys have a good Mother's Day. So, you guys know the drill. I'll be muting myself, saying hello and goodbye to people whenever they enter or leave. I will pause the video and put in my comments here and there whenever I feel necessary. And yeah, enjoy the show, I guess. And Clara, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, move that there. And you guys will see me play around with my phone. I am not distracted. I just have the instructions on my phone. It's a video instruction. And I'll have to figure out uh, what step I left off on because I was, again, stupid enough not to write that down. But yeah, please let me know if the video is too loud or too quiet, and I'll adjust the volume accordingly. And I will move the camera slightly down because I realized that I crochet higher up off the camera. So there you go. That's the reason. Alrighty, let us begin.
And we never would have known about it if this hadn't happened. Just this random thing leads to these discoveries. Hang on here. Let me pull these up real quick. History. Is that it? That is it. All right. We are locked and loaded. This will get us through the last 30 minutes, and then we'll call it a night. But first, we'll do this. Then we'll kind of give you the rundown of statuesque miss, welcome. I know I would never hear these stories without this stream. I don't know if that's good or bad. Don't show your browser history, Jeff. Now, this browser history is clean. If someone ever finds my phone in the back of a taxi, delete everything on that phone, please. Thank you very much in advance. Oh, Nathan has a good question. Okay. Let me find Nathan's good question. Nathan C. Thank you so much again for the questions. Does the same apply aboard cruise ships? If they're flagged in Bahamas, the rules of the Bahamas are controlling regardless of where the ship is. It depends, or usually on.
Well, I don't know what Vicky's saying, but D Wood, welcome.
What your ticket says. The cruise ships, all of that stuff on the back actually means things. All of the small print means things. It'll most likely have a arbitration clause and something that says you have to go to somewhere really, really inconvenient, and the laws of that really, really inconvenient.
And Lone Star Living, thank you for being here. Still miss starting my days with him? Yeah, well. Maybe cats walk on the keyboard, probably, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for being here. And yeah, just to make the journey more comfortable, this is why I do what I do.
Place will govern. Now, like a cruise ship, or a crewman on board a vessel, that's kind of a different situation. With the cruise ship, you're buying a ticket, and there will be this governing law provision on your ticket. If you're a crewman working on a fishing boat or a container vessel or something, you'll have an employment contract, and your employment contract will say what country's laws apply. But if there are no laws that apply, like, there's no contractual relationships, there's nothing, uh and two ships hit each other, then you have to decide which vessel's flag applies to what part of the dispute. It's a really, like they're saying in the articles, it's a really, really complex thing. If the collision happens in the territorial waters of a country, likely that country's laws will apply. So let's say it's like Papua New Guinea. The ship happens in Papua New Guinea's waters. Papua New Guinea laws would usually apply. Now, it's I don't I I I don't want to get too technical and too nerdy for something this random, because I know nobody really cares. But if a say a Korean ship hits a Japanese ship in the middle of the ocean, then you have to get into which law applies to which. And some of that's governed by conventions, international conventions, UN conventions. Uh, but some of it is just set down in in that country's laws. So like Korea will say that if two ships hit each other and whoever has the most to blame, their laws will apply. It's really, there is no easy answer to this question. That's why we have lawyers. But
Hello, Island. Welcome, welcome.
basically applying to passengers and employees on vessels, you're going to have whether you agreed to it or not, you agreed to it when you purchased the ticket. The small print will tell you which country's laws would apply. England is a common one. So just next time you go on a cruise, read the small print in the package deal or on the ticket, and it'll tell you. It should tell you which country's laws will apply if something bad happens to you while you're on the ship. Hope that was a semi-coherent answer to it was a simple question. It was a good question, but it's a ridiculously complex one to answer. Sorry about that. I just I just never know how much to nerd out on these things. I've seen too many horror stories to go on a cruise. Yeah, just make sure it's close to land. You should be okay. All right, let's bring up some fun stuff here, and by fun I mean accidents. This is again how we got started here doing all of this. Back in the first few weeks of Maritime Monday, we started doing ship collisions, just reviewing the videos, but there's not a whole bunch of ship collisions caught on film. So we started to overlap. Then we started to go into the deep dives into individual accidents, and we had some extra time to kill. So I had this up just in case, so that we could go back to our beginning and just look at some ships that go bump and some bad things that happen on board ships and give our comments. And again, as always, while I'm bringing this up, please hit that like button. We need to get to at least 400 likes on Maritime Monday. This is our least watched stream of the week, but it's like the dedicated followers. Those of you that love Maritime Monday, love Maritime Monday. Those of you that don't, just kind of stay away. But I'm happy you're here. I'm surprised there's this many here every week, but I'm happy you're all here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's go. This video here is called, let's see if we can make it bigger. Dang, people. There's such a thing as portrait mode. This is called the 30 biggest ship fails ever caught on camera, number 5. It's not the 30 biggest ship fails ever caught on camera, number 5. It's just some entertaining stuff.
This guy had one job, keeping a lookout, but he lays off too much. Look what happened.
Yeah, you don't want to hit that. You don't want to hit that bridge there, buddy. And this is just a guy who's trying to play it fast and loose. You've got a whole damn ocean on either side of you, but he's just cutting corners, literally. And if some of you have saw the case we did about the bridge in Florida, hitting one of those pillars can bring down an entire bridge. Go back through the Maritime Monday videos if you want to see what happens when a ship hits a commercial bridge full of cars. Oh.
Brokenhearted. Long time no see. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you.
Madita says, I'm here because I like you. Well, I like you too, so I'm glad you're here. Thanks.
But he lays off too much. Look what happened.
Bump.
This is what
Okay. There are rules for this kind of stuff. This main ship here, the ship with the video, is doing the dumbass thing here. When you are in a crossing situation like this, where you're gonna cross each other's
And Carlos, welcome, welcome.
path, if you have another ship on your right side, this is the starboard side. If there's a ship off your starboard side, you have an obligation to stay out of the other ship's way. The ship on your starboard side has the right of way. Well, these are both sailboats. So Zero Max says the sailboats have priority. These are both sailboats. Uh, so that just reverts to a standard crossing situation where a ship on your right side has priority over you. It's like in most places in the US, and I don't know if it's the same case everywhere else around the world, but if two cars come to a stop at a stop sign at an intersection at the same time, the car on the right has the priority. Yes, as Steve said, like a four-way stop, yield to the right. That's what's supposed to happen. But and again, I've watched the accident after this one. So after this one, I don't know what happens. It just looked entertaining. So some of these may be things we've already done. But here we go. And this is a big sailboat too. And that doesn't look so big. So let's see.
What happened if two sailing vessels were on the same track?
Oh! You know what? That's bad. That is less than ideal. Jesus. That could kill somebody there. Youch. I'm just going to hope that because this is on video that nobody died from that, but that was a blast right in the middle of the ship.
On the same track.
So old dude just sat there and watched it happen, and then he decides to run. Mexican Vader says, "That's bad. Thank you, Captain Obvious." Well, oh yeah, that boat is total digger. That's a lot of crunching and screaming. Yeah, that's what usually happens in ship collisions. Like, yeah, the scraping sound. Yeah, that's that sailboat is not getting repaired. That's a goner. Oof, dang.
Wait a minute. Is the sea not vast enough?
Yes, the sea is vast enough. We do not have to be running into people. That is absolutely unnecessary. I'm gonna have to remember to bring it home from the office one of these days. I've mentioned it a few times. I have this gigantic book. I mean, it's like a huge coffee table size book that's really, really thick, and it's called Collisions at Sea. How? Because it basically deals with cases where ships are literally in the middle of the ocean.
Layla, welcome, welcome.
And then they hit each other. They're literally in the middle of the goddamn ocean and they hit each other. And it's all analysis into how that happened. Spatha says the naked apes are just not smart enough. Well, at least we don't kill each other because
Ape has never killed ape, let alone an ape child.
sorry, I just really, really wanted to use that and you gave me the opportunity. Thank you. All right. I don't know how to segue back into this video after that.
ship fails will never be perfect without a failure footage from
Yeah, I'm thinking you kind of want to be at a little bigger angle than that. Yeah, you kind of want to be coming in sideways. Coming in face first is not a good way to dock your boat.
Indonesia, like this one.
And dude, yelling ain't gonna help. He's not gonna hear you, and even if he does, it's TFL, too effing late. I heard it.
Hello, Ash Axum. Or Axiom. There you go. I know how to talk. Happy Saturday to you too. And happy listening.
This
Wow.
is the condition of a passenger ship after passing through the rough seas in Germany. What a mess.
Oh yeah, you can get that a lot. If you get one of these ferries that gets caught in some rough weather, you get a wave that just blasts through one of the windows. That's not uncommon, really, for ships that they handle themselves in rough weather.
Kein Fahrer hat Bescheid gesagt. Er ist mit ganz seinem bisschen weitergefahren.
On July 5th, 2022, a cargo ship KM Lintas Damai 5 struck a poor fishing vessel
Oh,
in
Jesus.
the Indonesian waters.
Wow. Okay. I don't know what happened before we got to this point. But when we're to this point, it's pretty damn late. I mean, I'm assuming this is a fishing line, a fishing net line, and not a vessel being towed. You should stay out of the way of fishing vessels. Big giant ships should stay out of the way of vessels that are actively fishing. If this ship is just on his merry little way and not fishing, then it's just a regular vessel. And as we just said, this is a crossing situation. And so the big boat is on the right side of the little boat. So the little boat should stay out of the way of the big boat. But if this is engaged in fishing, which it looks like it is, big boat should stay out of the way of little boat. But it's also a very, very common thing. And it also seems to be a weirdly common thing here. At least it used to be. The safety is getting a little better. It used to be a really common thing here in Asia where you would get these fishing boats that would cut as close as possible across the bow of these big commercial ships, because it would seem like the closer you get to crossing in front of the boat, the more luck you'll have fishing. That was a thing. Thankfully it's not that much of a thing anymore, but it was. And so you get a lot of collisions that would happen because someone from other places in this region would just cut straight across the bow of a commercial ship, and sometimes they wouldn't time it correctly. I don't know what's going on here, if they're just on their merry way. I mean, obviously this is a fishing. There's a line here of some sort. It doesn't look big enough to be a tow rope, so I'm going to assume it's a fishing net line. Big ship should have kept out of the way, but I don't know if this guy's trying to be the hero and trying to get good luck by cutting in front of the vessel. But whatever happened, you know, you can all pretty much tell who's going to win this particular battle.
Cargo ship KM Lintas Damai 5 struck a poor fishing vessel
Yeah. That's a big size difference there, Captain Obvious says.
in the Indonesian waters of Tanakeke Island.
Oof.
Look how bad it is.
Yeah. I hope those are people that get rescued. Now, see, this actually may not be as bad as it's bad. The ship is gone, but it still seems that the ship is in one piece, is just riding on the bulbous bow of this ship. So it could theoretically be pushed like this, And these guys would still be safe until they can get rescued. Bad things happen when it splits it directly in half and both sides sink with these people, because it can take up to a half hour for one of these ships to slow down and turn around and come back to search for people. So this actually may be a good accident scenario. I mean, just looking at at this still picture, sort of seems to give the crewmen on this ship their highest chances for survival. I hope they did.
An offshore construction vessel was broken into two and sank during Typhoon Chaba in the South China Sea on July 2nd.
Oh yeah, we talked about this briefly. This is the one where if any of you saw that the day it happened or the day after it happened, we briefly touched on it because there was no more information about it. So hey, we get some more information about this.
2nd, 2022. From around 30 vessel crews, only 3 were found.
Ugh.
And unfortunately, the rest were still missing.
Yeah, so we're looking at 27 lost lives there. That wasn't a Chinese dinky boat. That was a pretty big ship, this one here. Yeah, it was. Chaba was a bad typhoon.
This is what happens when you drive a boat like if you were riding a bicycle.
Currents. Look at the current, dude. Wait. You can see the current is flowing sideways here. And it's coming through this restricted channel, so the current is going to be moving a lot faster. And you've got your little outboard or inboard motor just kind of pushing you. Dumbass. This is just a dumbass. Go. Whoops. Oops.
This is what happened when few fresh graduate students ask to do a
Oops. Okay. Do they know towing? All right, here we have it. This is a tugboat, and it's towing something. We don't know what it's towing. I hope it's towing this vessel that's down here, because if it's not towing this vessel down here, then that means this vessel is going to cut straight across the tow line, which is a big no-no, and that's how people die. Let's see what happens here.
senior job.
Fuck. That was an extended message. Okay. Weird. All right, let's go back. Oh, now here's something you don't want to see on a tow. Yes, RBMK A56, stay away from that line. That sounds like you were there for the what happens when these lines snap video. People die when tow lines snap. As I mentioned, I've seen people cut in half by a rope. Unpleasant. But this line should be tight, because when it's not tight, it gets tight, and when it gets tight really quickly, it snaps and people die. Let's watch this here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. That's what I was just talking about. Okay, so it was. All right. God dang it. That's exactly what I knew was going to happen. Yeah, see? Oof. Well, this, where the camera is not the boat being towed, but thankfully, this boat here, where the camera is, did not cut that line. But these ropes are like this big around. I mean, they're big ropes. Give them 10 centimeters, 4 inches around at least. And those suckers snap, and it may as well be a bullet. I mean, it's just a high pressure whip. And if you're in the way when that thing tags you, you will die. How much do they weigh? They weigh a shit ton. They're nylon rope. They're nylon or cotton rope, usually usually nylon, but man, they're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And boom, wow. I've seen 3 horrific accidents involving people with snapping lines. That's why this shit freaks me out, because I've seen what it can do. Exactly, that was one of them, the penis degloving, which just search for a video on your browser for penis degloving injury. It just caught him right inside of the thigh and just peeled his skin from one knee up his thigh, around his crotch, and down to his other knee. It literally ripped the skin off of his junk. Ugh. And another one got his head taken off, and another one got whacked in half. Yeah. Do not screw around with these lines. I mean, just watch the tension with this thing. God, it just freaks me out. And look how far away. Did you hear it hit that tugboat? Just listen to that impact.
Hope they take lesson.
Oh wait, let's go.
Your job. Hope they take lesson. Another ship fails from Indonesia.
Okay, this is sped up. And the feds at aircraft carrier decks sometimes experience cable snaps, which can kill dozens of people if they aren't paying enough attention to put the pieces in caskets with names. Yep. There's lots of videos on YouTube from like Navy vessels and military Sea Lift Command vessels, because they have lots and lots and lots and lots of cameras on them, and there's lots and lots and lots of accidents where cables snap, anchor chains snap, mooring cables snap. There's ugh. Seriously, just don't screw around with it. But this video here is sped up clearly. Ship accidents happen in remarkably slow motion, where you can see what's going to happen minutes in the future, and there's not a damn thing you can do to avoid it, because inertia. The laws of inertia are real. So yeah, this guy's coming in hot, but not as hot as it looks like here in the video. Well, that's not too bad.
How's it going, Valhalla? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just watching some Maritime Monday while I crochet.
That was okay. I mean, didn't even scratch the boat. That was actually pretty darn good. He looks like he came in tight. That wasn't a fail. That looked pretty darn good to me. I didn't see him scrape anywhere. He just kind of hit this bumper, but that's what it's for. That's literally there to cushion the back. Right. Oh, tugboat. This tugboat is apparently trying to help this guy, this big guy here, get to the berth or stop him from smashing into it.
This poor tugboat sacrificed itself to save the big ship.
Jump! That's a good little tugboat. All right. Kudos to
Rare
him.
footage of ship launch fails was caught on camera.
Okay, when they launching ships is pretty cool to watch. I know some of you that have seen these have watched the ships get launched, and a lot of times they will call them fails, but that's exactly how they're supposed to be launched. Let's see if this is a real launching or a failed launching.
How's it going, Heidi?
During the launch, one of the bollards of the assisting
Oh God. Yeah, this is a fail. Oh God. Okay. Dude is standing here. Oh God.
a rare
Oops, that's not what we want to do. We want to do this.
footage of ship Launch fails
Dude is standing here with a camera. I thought this was a line on the ship.
was caught on camera.
Oh God.
During the
Yeah. They're launching this ship and it is still moored
launch,
to
one
the
of the
oh God.
ballers of the assist
Yeah, see, and these lines, I told you the ones on the tugboats are like this. These mooring lines that wrap around these concrete or steel bollards are like head size because they have to hold these gigantic mega ships in place. These are huge, huge lines. And it's getting pulled tight. And this dude is standing there with a camera.
Hello, Aaron. Did I misspell it?
Oh, did I leave that up there? Sorry, I was boomering out. Boop. Thank you. Yeah, I was watching my other screen. Yikes. Remember everything we said about
I don't know how to spell maritime. Yep. I'll fix it. Thanks for letting me know.
about the tight lines and when they snap, and then put on like a twice as big and twice as long line. All right. God. Oh, it says here what happens. One of the bollards fails. Okay, this is exactly the same thing that happens when the rope breaks, but in reverse. Worst case scenario, this line breaks and cuts dude here in half. At worst, kills him at best. But this here, the bollard is it's a gigantic thing. They're usually about a meter high, or but 3/4 of a meter to about a meter high, and they're made of like concrete or steel. That's going to break off, and the same thing is going to happen, except it's going to launch it at the ship instead of the rope getting launched to shore. So, all right, let's watch this gigantic bollard get ripped out.
assisting barges failed at Balenciaga's shipyards on July 15, 2022.
Let's go back and see if we have a picture of the bollard here. Let's see if we have a picture of the bollard.
A rare footage of ship
Okay, this here is the bollard. This is a very, very, very large. It's dark, so it looks like it could be steel or iron. Yeah. This is going to come loose and go flying towards the vessel if the closed captions are correct.
ship launch fails was caught on camera. During the launch, one of the ballers of the assisting barges failed at Balenciaga's shipyards on July 15, 2022.
Oh, god damn. Yep. That'll do it. Holy crap. Yeah. Ugh. That was pretty cool. And those things literally weigh tons. That is like tons of steel or concrete. And that just snapped that thing off. Holy crap.
Failed at Balenciaga's shipyards on July 15, 2022.
Wow. All right.
Luckily, no injuries reported.
Oh, God, it was
Just-
full of people. Holy shit. Where did all these people come from? All right.
Imagine if that rope hits one of them.
New phone day. Wish me luck. Well, good luck with your new phone, and congratulations on your new phone. Salivating Game Account. Well, D what? Lucky for you. The next Maritime Monday will be the first cannibalism.
Exactly. Holy crap. Well, as M the Fed said, if this rope snaps, these people here probably all die. No joke. Seriously, all of these people probably die if that rope breaks. Holy crap! Holy crap! I thought this splash here was the baller, just like going in the water. That launched that thing like 100 meters down the. Holy crap! It almost. What the hell's on the other side of that? It almost took out this boat, for God's sake. That would have been weird. Holy crap. Yeah, that would launches this thing right through this boat. That would have sucked. Wow. All right. Well, let's watch this thing get launched almost to this ship over here, and then we'll just let it play through. Wow, this is a cool one.
That rope hits one of them.
Good Lord.
Joder.
Huh.
This is the footage of a drunken captain collided with a tour boat
Oh, that's not something you want to see.
and flees the scene, causing 12 people injured.
Oh, okay. You see, he hits this tour boat right here. Huh. Okay.
People injured.
Boom. Dumbass.
Please, as a responsible captain, always. A taxi
A taxi boat collides with a large tourist boat in Rotterdam. I haven't heard about this accident. This is new. All right. I have not seen this. Let's see what happens.
boat collides with a large tourist boat at Rotterdam on July 22nd, 2022.
Ah, that tourist boat. Yikes. Oof. Yeah, that little taxi boat is toast. It's toast. People are dead. People are dead in that accident. We're right now handling a case that took place in Hungary. Kind of the same thing happened to passenger, like, tourist boat got hit and 27 people died. However many people were on that taxi, that's probably how many people died. Yikes. Oof.
The small taxi boat was suffered a damage causing 4 adults, 1 captain, and a child almost trapped in an upturned boat. Fortunately, a rescue team came
Oh my
fast and helped
God.
them all.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Holy crap. Huh. Well, that's what we call a miracle.
Another ship fails from Indonesia.
God damn.
Okay, before I blow my eardrums out. Marloca. Or, nope, not Marloca. What am I saying? Maria, thank you for the 500 pesos. Appreciate ya. Happy weekend. Glad you are restreaming Maritime Mondays. Missed a few. No worries. No worries. You can always look back and watch some that you missed. The next Maritime Monday will be cannibalism.
Again, this ship can't hear you. This ship can't hear you. And even if they could, it's too late. Just opening it up like a can of tuna fish. That's not a sound you want to hear. We love Indonesia, except for the owner of this ship. Probably doesn't love Indonesia that much. Yeah, Flux, me too. Like I said, I haven't watched this. I have no idea what the volume is out of my control.
What do you think? Who's to blame?
Well, this ship obviously.
Working on board ships is not an easy job. Sometimes we could fall into the
Remember, those of you that have watched the video, we talked about this. Going up these ladders in this kind of weather is bad. Why is it bad? It's bad news because I'm going to try to remember that this is open and not boomer it here. What do we have let's see. What do we have for examples? Okay, we have a tobacco box and this is the tall ship. This is the little orange boat. So the little orange boat is bobbing on the ocean. You have to climb up the ladder to get up the whiskey boat. And what happens is you have to jump onto the ladder. And when the ship is down, when the vessel you're on is down low and you step on the ladder attached to the big ship, you can't climb fast enough because then.
Oh, hello. I was unmuted the whole time. Yay. Hello, Mary Jane. No problem. Glad you're here.
It catches the wave and goes boom, and it smashes you, traps your leg. We saw the video of the guy that was climbing up the ladder, and that's what happened. The ship came up and just twisted his leg and turned it into a little floppy fish market of a leg. This guy looks like he's gonna fall. Yep, he said we could fall into the sea. But yeah, see, he did exactly how you're not supposed to board these things. You board, if you have to board at all, you wait until the boat you're on is at its highest point. Then you get on the rope and you climb as fast as you possibly can. It's better to not. I tried to find a video where I was faced with this situation. I had to go on board and interview some people about an accident. And I just said, sorry, we're going to go back to port now because I'm not doing that because I've seen videos, peeps. Well, let's see what happens to this unfortunate person here.
Working on board ships is not an easy job. Sometimes we could fall into the sea while being transferred
Oh God. All right, let's take off the closed caption and see where. Oh, that's him right there between this gigantic piece of steel and this smaller piece of steel. Oops. Oh, you missed it. I got boomered. See, I told you. I never do this. God dang it. All right. God dang it. I never, ever do that. And that's why. I know. Boomer me. Boomer. Yeah. Go ahead. Get it out. I told you. See, those of you that watch me do these things, you know this is why it annoys people when I stop the video and I keep my video small. It's because I forget to watch the screen you're all watching, and I'm watching my other screen because I'm an idiot. All right. Cool Frog in the house. What's up, Cool Frog? All right. Are we all done boomering me? Well, let's now I'll let you see what I saw.
Not an easy job. Sometimes we could fall into the sea while being transferred like this one.
Oh God. And then you just become smashed. Jesus.
Hope he's okay.
He doesn't look okay.
Similar to previous footage, but luckily this time nothing happened to them.
Whoa. Yeah, that's when you just go back.
See, working on board ships is not as easy as we thought, right?
No, it's not.
Another ship fails from Indonesia because of engine failure. This Indonesian ship cannot stop at its final destination port.
See you later.
The waves in the ocean sometimes seem calm and weak, but in reality, she is quite strong. Look how this strong ocean current pulls out the boat away and makes the tow rope
Oh.
loose.
Oh no, tow ropes again. See you later, barge.
Due to human errors, a ship named Pescargan 4 sank during the unloading operation in Argentina
Oops.
on August 5, 2022.
This is not how your ship is supposed to look like when it's at the berth.
Mirá, boludo, casi le dimos vuelta al barco. Mirá, 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 mirá. Se da vuelta, se da vuelta, se da vuelta, se da vuelta.
Despite the dangerous and stressful situation, the workers on the boat were able to get off the ship in time and there were no injuries.
Yeah, that's pretty
We
mild.
bet this accident cost a few jobs. Look, that was a whale
What the
landing on a boat, crushed and flipped the boat under, ejecting all on board. We can see the boat looks badly damaged, but fortunately,
Wait.
everyone was okay.
Oh wait, I want
Badly
to
damaged.
show the whale again. Holy crap.
A few jobs. Look, that was a whale landing.
Well, there's a story to write home about. Holy crap.
Jobs. Look, that was a whale landing on a boat, crushed and flipped the boat under, ejecting
wanted to have
all on
sex.
board. We can see the boat looks badly damaged.
Well, of course it's badly damaged. A whale jumped on it, you fuckwit.
But fortunately, everyone was okay.
Oh God, see again. Look how all it takes is for this other boat here to catch a good wave and smash against the side of this ship, and dude is just a red streak down the side of this boat. These things freak me out. Oh God. Oh, his leg's caught. Jesus. Oops. Oops. There you go. Don't cut in front of other people. Oh, we've seen this one before. There goes all the lifeboats. This is a problem we're seeing more and more of in the world these days. And this happened very, very recently in Denmark, I believe. They built one of these gigantic ships, and it didn't quite make it under the bridge. It's a big difference. Well, see, tides, I'm sure this thing is there because it can go under this bridge at low tide, or with more ballast, have it sinking lower in the water, or at low tide, or a combination of both. But the way I'm looking at it here, it's either high tide, they don't have enough ballast in the ballast tanks, or a combination of both. But yep. This is how you telegraph lots and lots and lots of damage. And again, this is all of the really expensive, important stuff is in this part of the ship. Oh, he didn't go under the tallest part. Oh, okay. Oh, boo. Boo. Everything was okay. Boo. Boo. All right. Well, that was a letdown there at the end. Money. That's why ships are that big. Statuesque Misk. And that
Yeah, boo, because it's supposed to be a crash video, not successful videos.
Well, that was yeah. Yikes. All righty. Well, uh, hmm. Let's do like 10 more minutes here. We'll wrap it up at 2 hours and 30 minutes. Righty. So again, while we're bringing it up, hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely the subscribe button, definitely the like button. Super chats are there. Joining is here. Hit the notification. Everything's cool. Do what you need. I think we've got I've got 4 things starred. Why do I have 4 things starred? Okay. Drink. Oh, we already did that one. Thank you. But yeah, always drink. EPW, thank you so much. Sorry it took so long to get to this. Those pirates effed around and found out. I hope you're still here, EPW. Thank you so much for that super chat. Again, and also for Hypershanta, thank you so much for your super chat. I hope you're still here again. Got carried away. What happens if a vessel strikes and kills a whale? Do they have to call the sea game warden? Been wondering about this. You should report it because there's a large portion of whales that are tagged and things. And if they can place a whale at your point, then they can check it and see if it's okay. It's like manatees in Florida, I guess. Your Floridians can correct me. I think you have to report any interaction with a manatee. Thank you so much for that super chat, sir. Deeply appreciated. Trevor Gulk, Legal Vices. Have you seen the issue with jet fuel being pumped into water source for USS Nimitz? It's a scary story. I saw the headlines. I haven't had time to get into the articles yet. We'll have to look closer at that. Manatees are underwater floaters. Yes, they are. And they get poor little manatees get propeller marks on their backs and tails quite a bit. Whale meat is really, really good. I agree. All right, let's watch this here for a few minutes. Then we'll do the wrap up, and then we'll let you all go. King's Knight Horus. So, Jeff, who is Junior Mom? I'm still trying to figure that one out. I don't have any idea what you mean by that. My mother-in-law is a nice lady. Okay. Trying to figure out who is Junior Mom. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Okay. Back to the videos. Not gonna boomer. Gonna share the screen. Gotta share the screen. All righty. Boom. There we go. Hey, Beeve! Long time no see. I don't know how long you've been lurking here, but I haven't seen you here. It's first time in a long time. Welcome. That makes me happy. Welcome. All right. Let's watch a few things here, and then we'll wrap it up in about 10 minutes.
We can't all be perfect behind the wheel or controls of a vehicle. That's why we have automobile insurance.
We also have ship insurance.
Because we're not perfect, and ship captains are no different. They make mistakes.
It's just their insurance costs a little bit more.
The problem is, their mistakes often have far worse consequences.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bad consequence right there.
From running aground to oil spills, here are 15 biggest ship collisions and mistakes caught on camera.
Okay.
His voice reminds me of number 15. The foot lettuce. Probably just me, I don't know. Even though you know.
Tell us, what are the 15
Oh my gosh.
biggest ship?
It is the same person. Nice.
Collisions caught on camera.
Number 15. MV Wakashio.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know
On
this
July
case.
25th,
Oil spill. A fuck ton of oil in a very, very environmentally sensitive area. Oof. This is the front end of the ship. This is where the front end of the ship should be. This is everything that was in the ship.
2020, the MV Wakashio Japanese bulk carrier ran aground on a coral reef off the coast of Mauritius. It leaked nearly 1,000 tons of oil over 27 kilometers near world-renowned coral reefs. To say it's an ecological disaster is an understatement. The area
Gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, it's an understatement. All right. If I just suddenly turn off the audio, please understand. this guy's rough to listen to, but he gives them important information. Wow. All right. Just pretend it's me doing a funny voice. Yeah, anyway, this thing just dumped like 1 million gallons of oil. I just in a very, very sensitive coral reef, and the damage from this was astounding. Or should I say the damage was astounding.
ran aground is popular with tourists and is a sanctuary for rare wildlife. It also has wetlands that are considered a site of international importance. Upwards of 3,000 tons of oil had been pumped from the ship's fuel reservoirs to stop further leakages, and booms had been reinforced to absorb any oil still leaking out. A state of emergency was declared, and Mauritius said it would seek compensation from the ship owner and the insurance company.
Bye.
According to Greenpeace Africa,
yeah, and see, when the oil spills, they have these oil booms here. These are just they're just literally oil fences. They try to fence it off, and then the oil, like, because it floats or sinks to the bottom, it stays within this fence. But that's the theory anyway.
thousands of animals were at risk of drowning in a sea of pollution. This would have dire consequences for the food security, health, and economy of Mauritius. Local residents were also breathing heavy oil vapor and were both sad and angry about the spill.
I'm sure
Mauritius
they were.
police were granted a search warrant to board the vessel and take items of interest to help with the investigation, such as the ship's logbook. Before we go on, like this video, smack crawl on your face when you're... Number 14. MSC Opera.
The opera. When he introduces the videos, it's annoying, but then he kind of mellows out when he gets into the story.
June 2019.
We've seen this one several times.
Injured in Venice when a cruise ship had a bad day. The crash happened on a major thoroughfare on the Giudecca Canal, which leads to St. Mark's Square in the northeastern Italian
just get out of my way,
the
little
cruise
tourist
ship
boat.
was out of control when it rammed into a dock and the riverboat full of tourists. As it was unable to stop, it blared its horn as it hit the River Countess, with dozens of people running away in panic. Videos of the collision showed people rushing to disembark from the riverboat via a short gangplank.
Run, people, run. It's bigger than you. It'll hurt.
2 people were left stranded on the walkway as the boat became dislodged from the pier. A witness to the event, Elisabetta Pasqualin, who was watering plants on her terrace at the time, watched as the cruise
Hello, sweet fly. Welcome, welcome.
boat moved slowly towards the dock. She said the ship's bow crashed hard into the bank, and when it hit the smaller boat, it made it look like it was made of paper or plastic rather than steel. According to the cruise ship's owner, it suffered a mechanical failure, and 2 tugboats were unable to stop it from ramming into the riverboat. Number 13.
Woohoo! It's that video. Oh, hang on. Whoa, you skipped ahead. Yes, it's that video. Those of you that have seen it know this video. I love when things like this happen. That's right, 1978 radio's DJ. That's it, all the wacky whacks all the time. Welcome to your drive home. It's going to be a rough one. There's rain out in the day. Let's go to you with the news and weather on the nines as I take a dump. Yep. Wow. All right, this ship, the one we're going to get to. I overpowered my microphone with my cheer of victory. I am moving the comment, but that was important. So all right, let's get to this thing here.
Suffered a mechanical failure, and two tugboats were unable to stop it from ramming into the riverboat. Number 13.
Now, I'll be able to tell you if there's anything wrong with the narration in this case, because this accident made an appearance on the very first one we ever did, and it was an accident because, like this one, I have not seen the video. This is a case I worked on. Or this is a case that I worked on. Yes, this this is a case that I worked on. If I turn my head and look right out this window right here, I'm looking at this bridge. If the camera just turns a little bit this direction, you'll be able to. My house is kind of about a few inches off screen to the left. Yes, this is the Russian drunk captain. Yep, this is the Gwanganli Bridge. It's right outside my window. My office is just right at the end of this bridge. So this is a case we worked on a few years ago, which, as was just mentioned in chat by Barney Yamam, a Russian drunk pilot. Yeah, so let's look at what he has to say about this case, because I know all about it. Wolfman Jeff, that's right. Oh, you're old. Debbie Joey, you're old AF if you remember Wolfman Jack. Let's go.
Cargo ship Sea Grand. We all know not to drink and drive, but what about drinking captain? In 2019, an intoxicated...
I do know about this bridge because I always drive. Well, I didn't drive it on it, but Dad would always drive on this bridge, and it was not damaged at that time. Isn't drunk a redundant word for Russian?
Intoxicated captain at the helm of a 370-foot Russian cargo ship.
Mo and the Deep End Raiders, welcome. How you doing? Welcome all the Raiders. I'm finishing off the video of, well, it was the Pingshin 101 massacre case, but now it finished and now it's just watching ship collision videos. So, yeah. Welcome. I'm just crocheting stuff while we watch. So yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy. Did you hear about the earthquake felt in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia? I saw Volstorm's tweet about it. And Wolfram, wow, haven't seen you in a hot minute. Wipes his paws, loops in, and oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Haley, how are ya? What are you crocheting? I'm crocheting this little wooble. It's a shark. His name's Tank. It's Tank the shark. So yeah, I'm crocheting that while watching the last, what is this, math time? 25 minutes of the video. So yeah. Not Dobby? No. No, 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 no. I gotta start from the basics. If anyone's interested in crocheting, get a Wooble kit. Non-blue Wolfram feels weird. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, thanks, Justin. That's bothering me now. I've I've only seen Wolf from him, just so I don't go crazy and get bothered by it. There you go. Thanks a lot, Justin. Your problem has been fixed. I haven't crocheted anything but blankets and a cat basket yet. Oh yeah, so before I got distracted, this Woobles kit, you can buy it at woobles.com. And if you want to start crocheting, this is a great way to get like the techniques down. And there's like a very, very in-depth video, like video tutorial on it that comes with the kits. So, I mean, I haven't given up, and this is what, day 3? So it's a big accomplishment.
Weirdly, um, he was supposed he's he started over here. No, okay, this camera is backwards. We'll have to wait for a better angle. Did I witness this? No, but D Way asked if I witnessed this. I did not witness it, but I had a friend who was actually on the bridge. Let me pull this out of the way here, and I need to push play just for a second to make sure this is reversed. Oops.
Called.
Yeah, this is reversed, so it's confusing. The bottom half of the traffic. Yeah, go. Okay. Yeah, you're right. All right. So what happened was I had a friend that was on that was on this, and this image is flipped, so it's kind of weird. It's kind of bugging me out. Let's go back. All right, this is the proper view.
Intoxicated captain.
My friend was just on this bridge. He was somewhere around here when it hit the bridge, and he called me and said, "A ship just hit the bridge. I think you're going to be busy." And then within minutes, I have friends that live in these apartments here, and I have friends that live over here. Everybody was calling me saying, "Uh-oh, looks like you got some work," and I'm like, "What?" I eventually went out and you saw the damage on the bridge and stuff. But yeah, that's people. Yeah, we were involved in this case. What happened is it was supposed to, this is a place here is, let me see if I can. Okay, let's see if we can up the resolution here. This is a this is a grocery store, like a big grocery store called Mega Mart, right off to the left here. Kind of across the street from the Mega Mart is this tiny little pier, this little berth that was used for a tiny little steel company. So they would load steel onto these Russian vessels, and they would go from Busan to Vladivostok and back. The ship was supposed to leave the pier and turn to starboard. Let me see. Now it was supposed, yeah, it was supposed to turn and go up towards Vladivostok, but for some reason it just kind of did. It did this U-turn and smashed into the bridge, going completely the opposite direction it needed to go. And thankfully, it hit the lower part of the bridge. If this thing had gone under the highest part of the bridge, it probably wouldn't have stopped until it hit the beach. But yeah, this is a case I worked on.
And at the helm of a 370-foot Russian cargo ship called Sea Grand, crashed it into a major highway bridge near South Korea's port.
And again, every time we talk about this bridge, random fact: if you saw the original Black Panther movie, there was a scene where he was on top of a blue BMW in Busan, Korea, and they were doing this big fight scene on a bridge. That's this bridge. This is the bridge where the fight scene in Black Panther took place. Fun fact.
Of Busan. The accident into a major highway bridge near South Korea's port of Busan. The accident happened during rush hour traffic, causing vessel damage and tearing a huge hole in the steel structure of the bridge. Some news sources stated that the ship was traveling from Busan to its home port in Vladivostok in Russia. With
oh wait, let's see if we can see my neighborhood in that big wide shot.
Traveling from Busan to its home port.
Nope, my house is always there's this little tiny hill here. My house is just kind of over there, and there's like a bunch of condominiums and stuff over here. It's kind of where my house is.
Port in Vladivostok in Russia with 3 million.
Oh, there's lots and lots and lots of rebar here. But yeah, it did some
Ship
damage.
was traveling from Busan to its home port in Vladivostok in Russia with 3 million pounds of steel coils. The captain was supposed to steer the ship north along the coast before navigating along the Sea of Japan's eastern edge. Instead, he steered it a couple of miles before turning it into a bay, heading for the double-deck Gwangan Bridge. This bridge has the second longest span in the country. Korea Coast Guard officials tracking regular sea traffic saw the ship's deviation and radioed the captain to turn around.
Lots
the
of
captain
it.
may not have understood English or didn't speak it to follow instructions.
And that was the funny thing. He pretended he didn't speak English because we arrested this ship. When he was making this U-turn, when he came out of the port and was making this U-turn, he hit 2 yachts. We were representing the owners of the yachts in this case. So yeah, we represented the owners of the yachts, and so we arrested the ship. We seized the ship through a court order, and you had to go serve the arrest order on the ship. So you have to give the documents to the captain and say, the ship's being arrested. You can't leave port. Blah blah blah. I don't know English. I don't speak English. Well, we were prepared for that because one of the lawyers in our office is a Korean who speaks Russian. So we got that out of the way, and he got served. But yeah, he spoke English. He was just a little liquored up. Yeah.
After the collision, the captain fled the scene before the KCG detained the vessel.
Well, he tried to flee. Again, inertia's a bitch. You can see him trying to go backwards here. He was trying to go backwards to put the ship astern, but it takes a while. He only got a few hundred yards before the Coast Guard was all over him.
So, number 12.
Okay, so yeah, that's a case that I was involved in. That was fun. Maybe we should just quit while we're ahead. We can finish this up next Maritime Monday. But I didn't know we were going to run into that case, so I talked extra long. So yeah, well, we'll deal with that next Monday. We'll finish it up. Trevor Gulk asks, Legal Vices, what is your radio persona's name? When I worked in radio back in the late 80s and early 90s, I used the name Kevin Fox at 94.5 KVFM in Logan, Utah. Yeah, it was Kevin Fox. I can't remember where the Kevin came from, but the Fox came because I liked Michael J. Fox at that point in time. So that's where the Fox part came from. I can't remember where Kevin came from. DM asks, so when it comes to suits like the oil spills and stuff like that, is the captain often named in the suit if they are extant naturally, or is it just not worth it to go after them? They go after the ownership companies. They're backed by incredible amounts of insurance. So it's usually just the insurance companies, and they name the owners, the insurance companies back them. So yeah. It very may well have been Kevin Bacon. There's a good possibility that it was Kevin from Kevin Bacon because it was the 80s, Yeah. What damage was done to that bridge? Pretty much just what you saw there. It just knocked a hole. Couple million to fix, if I remember correctly. Couple $1 million. The yachts were similarly priced. Well, that was a fun little show. We went from murder to levity, so that's good. That brings us to the end of another Maritime Monday. Just are going to spend the next few minutes here kind of wrapping it up for the evening. If you're going to leave early without hearing the weekend preview, please hit the like button on your way out. Please subscribe, and please hit that notification button. And if you have subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. No, I have no sons. As no vodka was harmed during the making of this show. No vodka was harmed during the making of this show, but the bridge was harmed due to a large amount of vodka. If I remember, he was about 3 times the legal limit. Yeah, we just kind of ran out of we ran out of story. When we have to read the news, the stories tend to go a little bit faster than we can watch. So what's going to be happening? Again, please, everybody, like, subscribe, and do it. You join. Do whatever you need to do on your way out. That'll be great. But what have we got coming up in the immediate future? Tomorrow, there goes my microphone again. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing people behaving really, really, really badly in court. It's going to be about a 3-hour show. We can fast forward through some of it. I don't have time to edit it down myself, but it's an amazing child custody case that was it was brought to my attention by Mike from Chicago. I asked him if, because he did it for one of his videos, and I asked him if I could use it on mine because it was so infuriating. This psychotic, I mean, this woman from hell. I've never seen a judge that livid in my life for that amount of time. This judge was raging for the better part of 3 hours at the mother in this, and it was, they're arguing about their child. Oh God, I just felt so horrible for that kid and for the ex-husband. And the judge, this woman was on one, and the judge was ranting. It's a great show. Just come tomorrow to watch this hearing that took place a couple of weeks ago. Dang. I still have no idea what you're talking about. Look up my bro Jeff Jr. for good content with Kyle, aka Barry. But I don't even know what that means. You got to be a little more specific. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. People behaving badly in court for about 3 hours. And it's one thing that if you can't watch it all at once, you will come back. You will come back and watch it again. I've watched the entire thing 4 times now because it's unbelievable how horrible this person is. And I just feel terrible for that kid. Wednesday, we're going to be talking about Korea. A little lighthearted news. We're going to be talking about the great kimchi crisis facing Korea. A little BTS news for those of you that are into BTS. A skater who has done something that is frowned upon.
Honestly, did not know that there was a kimchi crisis. And BTS, I couldn't care less about them. And oh my gosh, Jeff Jr., Connor's secret brother. Shh. You're not supposed to know.
Socially here. So we'll be talking about a lot of Korean things. There's some North Korean issues, some nuclear stuff. We'll be having some serious news and some lighter news.
How's it going, Melly? We are about to end soon. Welcome.
About Korea. People ask about Korea, what's going on in Korea. So I decided to do one of the Korea stories. I haven't talked to him yet, but I think for Wednesday, I'll send Legal Mindset a link and see if he can join. I haven't talked to him yet, so I don't know. King's Nighthorse says, next one, Jeff, read it. Okay.
Well, David Nelson, I freely stated my distaste for BTS even when I was in Korea, so joke's on you. Haha.
Fingers right back at you. What are you talking about here? I'm so confused. But yeah, anywho. That'll be Wednesday. Thursday is OJ Simpson. We're going to continue watching F. Lee Bailey, legendary defense lawyer, absolutely crush and maul and just batter racist cop Mark Furman into the dirt for another few hours. And again, tomorrow we get into the bad words. The N bomb is thrown around repeatedly, so we will have a strict moderation of chat tomorrow that will go completely unnoticed by you. N bombs, racial slurs, all of that, things that can get me deplatformed will be dealt with tomorrow. But we haven't had the problem yet. So I respect all of you. You respect me and my channel. So I don't expect there to be any problems. But if someone gets any ideas into their heads, just nothing like that is going to be tolerated tomorrow, because we're gonna play the audio, and that's risky enough. We don't need chat adding to it. So there we go. That'll be Thursday. Friday will be my 25,000 subscriber griftathon, where it's just going to be $100 shots or an accumulation of $100 to do a shot. Just drinking and grifting, so I don't have to drink and grift so much during the rest of the month. It's always a fun thing. It's all in fun. I get mail, people hating on my Fuck It Friday stream. How you're glorifying drinking. I can't believe anybody would pay you $100. It's all in fun. We just do it for fun. You know, I can't stand the people that just spend every 10 minutes like, send me super chat, send me like, send me do this, do that. I do 2, maybe 3 times in a 2 or 3 hour show. I usually like once an hour. I just mentioned it, but you know, the super grifters like the DSPs and things, they're just you know, these beggars 24 hour. Well, every time they're on, every minute of every hour they're on stream the whole month. I don't want to do that. We just front load it a little bit. The first Friday of every month is Fuck It Friday. We just have fun. So yeah, you know. It's just a lighthearted grift stream where I try to earn as much money as possible. You try to give me as much money as possible. We drink a lot, we joke, we tell ridiculous stories. It's all just nonsense. But I've also sent out a lot of invitations to a lot of people that helped me get to 25,000 subscribers so quickly. So I'm hoping that a lot of them have responded positively. I'm hoping a lot.
I still can get over how many mannerisms you share, Connor, your mouth, and how you form your words too. My mouth? uh, thanks. uh, and yeah, like I said in Rosalind's stream this morning, I am planning on keeping it up. So his was first Friday of every month. I will be planning on first Saturday of every month. I was in his chat that morning. Oh, nice. You have the same jaw too? Okay. Hey, at least you guys are practicing for next Maritime Monday's cannibalism coverage. Hey, good on you guys. Good job. Proud of you.
Lot more will. So we should be having some good conversations with some good, well-known people here on YouTube in our little kind of LawTube and LawTube adjacent community. And next Sunday was supposed to be a stream with Steph, the Alter Nerd. She was supposed to be on here. And if you don't know who Steph, the Alter Nerd is, you need to get over to Steph, STEF, the Alter Nerd, and watch her channel, like her channel, subscribe to her channel and like her videos. She's funny. She's hilarious, and she does a lot of pop culture and kind of law related pop culture stuff. So Steph the Alter Nerd, dang this microphone. Steph the Alter Nerd was supposed to be on my stream next.
Steph, the alter nerd. Hey up. She's going very heavy on Meghan Markle stuff. I don't know if she's done other things before, but yeah, she's going heavy with Meghan Markle and whatever the other dude name is that's married to Meghan. Prince someone.
Sunday. We were going to do a special Sunday afternoon, London, and I guess it'd be Sunday
Prince Harry. Thank you, Mary Jane.
morning US stream, but she forgot it was her birthday. so we're working on rescheduling the Steph the Alter Nerd thing. I've suggested some times. I'm waiting to hear back from her. It could be a Saturday night stream. It could be a Sunday night stream. I'll just let you know. But Steph is great. Steph is hilarious and funny. And ever since I saw her first video, I wanted to be the first law tuber to get a hold of her and then to have her on my channel. But Eric Hunley, who is very much law tube adjacent, got her first. But I'll be number 2. We got her here on the channel. She'll be fun. That's coming up soon. And then next Monday, we're back here again to do more Maritime Monday. So that's the weekend preview taking us through. And we don't know what's happening with Brooks yet. Today is jury selection. It should be starting very, very soon, actually, probably in the next couple of hours. It's the jury selection is reportedly not televised. Nick has talked about having Law of Self-Defense, Andrew Branca and myself on with him. If he sends the summing, no, Nick isn't coming today. If anything, I'm going on Nick's. If he invites me, I will go. So it's all up to Nick. He said he would invite me when he wanted to, and that's great. I will.
We didn't get the milkshake dance. Are you talking about Eric Hunley or Eric who?
I have my phone sitting right next to my ear so that any alerts will come right into my skull and hopefully wake me up. And Jillian N is a member for 2 months. F the Karens who complain about your grift guzzling. They're just jealous because no one wants to pay them to put anything in their mouths. And Steph the Alter Nerd is hilarious. Yes, she is. And thank you and congratulations to you, Jillian N, for being a member of the Bent Halos and Broken Wings tier for 2 months. Yes, Steph is often with Sinora and the Popcorn Planet, isn't she? Yes, that is Steph the Alter Nerd. You are absolutely correct. That is her. She has my kind of humor, my kind of style, and we just need to talk about some boozy when she can. Need to talk some more about Alec Baldwin. She's done some good Alec Baldwin videos, and we can talk about other things that are law related and pop culture related. So that'll be fun. That's what I said. That's what we're looking at for the next week, and I'll let you know as things change and things solidify. Just got to work on the dates. Those are the things that are up in the air right now. Steph the Alter Nerd. Whatever we can work out time wise, because it's a 8-hour time difference between her and me. So if it's really super late for me, it's when she's getting off work, and then when I'm getting off work, she's asleep. And or getting ready for her work. So we're kind of a little bit difficult. I'm probably going to be the one that stays up super late because I accommodate my guests. Yes, her rants are phenomenal. Steph the Alter Nerd needs to be subscribed to and liked. So all right, and then if Nick calls anytime during this week for the Brooks, I will be up and at it. And if I do have to go on Nick's stream, my streams will be fairly short because I will need to get some sleep. I can't come home from work, do my stream, do Nick's stream, which
I did not know that Chandler did milkshake dance as well. But I mean, I've seen. I think the one and only one that I saw was during the memorial stream that Steph did.
usually goes right until I go to work. So we're going to play it by ear as long as this Brooks thing goes on. But until I get summoned by the Pope to visit the Vatican, until I get summoned by the Pope to visit his particular Vatican, it'll be business as usual. All right. With that in mind, it's time to shut this thing down. It's midnight. Time for me to get ready for sleep. Time for you all to go about doing whatever you're doing. I just need you can bail now if you want, but I just need a couple of minutes here so I can see who's on and who's around that I can dump my stream into. That sounds really vulgar. Let's see here.
Yeah, while he does that, I'll
Do
do it
get to
myself
my
too.
studio. Pull this up
Ba-da-ba-da.
here. I should have done this while the video is playing, but again, like and subscribe on your way out. You can just kind of watch me until I do this, because I think Hayden at Aussie Overlord is still streaming, so that seems to be the target here. It just takes a while to get there. Going into my studio.
Oh,
Going into this particular video content live. Maritime Monday, Pingshin 101. That's this video. Customization. Hang tight so we can go dump you into Aussie Overlord here. Oh, I didn't have to put on members only chat today. I forgot to do that. But hey, looks like we got it worked out. Redirect. Oh shoot. Okay, that's another thing I forgot. Tuesday night US time, which will be Wednesday morning Korea time, I will be on Legal Mindset for another pimp cast with Drex and Andrew and potentially Criminal Sean and someone else. I can't remember who the other person is going to be. Drex, me. I guess that's just the four of us. So it'll be Drex, Legal Mindset, potentially Criminal Sean, and myself. That'll be fun. No, the Pimpcast. The Pimpcast is on Legal Mindset for everybody.
I do not know the origin of the Bandler.
Everything I do, except for the members only stream we do once or twice a month, is all open to everybody. So, all right. Set that on your calendars as well. Friday evening, go over to Legal Mindset, and he'll have the notification. He'll have the video up there for you, so you can get a notification for it. Pimpcast, Tuesday evening U.S. time, Wednesday morning in Asia. All right, let's dump into Aussie Overlord here. Add him. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much.
Okay, I see.
That's awesome. Great to have you here. Thanks to the mods who, as always, do some amazing stuff. And thank you to you here, the best chat on the internet. Thank you for all of these super chats this evening. Thank you for being here. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Take care and go say howdy to Overlord. Tell him that I am dumping my stream into him. Bye.
Okay, well, that was the rest of the Maritime Monday that I couldn't finish on Thursday. So, let me put you guys down here. And actually, funny thing, David, Bonner was my ex-girlfriend's last name. Besides the point. uh, Thank you for people watching this stream. And thank you, Mo, for dumping your people onto me. Appreciate it. So, this is what I've done so far. This is step number 10. Well, I will be starting step number 10. So, put them in the bag. The next time I do Maritime Monday stream, I do not know, honestly. I'm gonna shoot for Monday. Don't quote me on it. I'll let you guys know, or you guys can just find out whenever I schedule it. You're becoming a crochet expert. Oh, thanks. It looks great. Appreciate it. But I'll be dumping you to Megan Fox. Because Speaking of Chandler, Larry's on there with Megan. So I'll do that. And rest of the week, it's just chill. It's just chilling. It's a promise? No, it's not a promise. Um, the live reading, I actually finished recording it and said scheduled for it to be premiered because I got stuff going on, just popped up not too long ago. So yeah, it's not gonna be a live, but it'll be me live reading, not like zero edits. So enjoy that. That will be on 10 p.m. my time, so that's 9 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. East, nope, 11 p.m. Central and midnight Eastern. Yeah. So, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And on your way out, please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you are already subscribed, please double check you still are because YouTube can be asshole and unsubscribe you. So do your thing. Thank you to all the mods for doing your stuff. Love you, Vice Squad. Very, very much indeed, Millie. Stay beautiful, stay lovely. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Well, that's all for this stream, but it's been so sweet. Thanks for hanging with us. It's been a treat. We'll keep it warm, keep it real, take it slow. Catch you next time when the vibes are ready to flow. If you enjoyed the ride, give us a like, subscribe for the warmth. Come back whenever you like. Until then, take it easy. Don't rush, don't hurry. I'll be here waiting. No need to worry. Vice, baby, always by your side. Stay cozy, stay calm, let the good times ride. Peace for now, but we'll meet again. Take care, my friend. Until then.